Hi GenderqueerChat, it's Callie, and this is Saturday, but as well as being Saturday, it's Christmas Day! Merry Christmas everyone! I'm in my parents' house in Glasgow. It's late at night. Sorry for having left it so long, but it's Christmas and you can see the tree in the background. So the topic this week is Don't Ask, Don't Tell, which has been repealed, so gay and lesbian people can now serve openly in the US military. And the topic this week is what are the implications of that for gender variant people, and how would we feel about serving in the military in our own country. Now this is quite a difficult one for me to opine on, because I wouldn't want to offend anybody, but it's difficult for me to conscience, not just to say that I would never serve in the military, which I wouldn't, so I would never kill someone, because I think it's wrong to do that, or to facilitate the doing of that, on any level. Even if someone has done terrible things, it doesn't make it right, doesn't undo those things if you then kill them. And to do it just because they're on the opposite side of you in a conflict is, I think, unconscionable, and I would never do that. And it's difficult for me to be able to say, well, it's good that gay and lesbian people now have equal opportunities with straight people to go and murder people. Which is how I feel about it. There isn't Don't Ask, Don't Tell doesn't exist in Britain, and it's been the case for a long time that basically since it became an issue, since gay people began to be out in society, it has been the case that that they can serve openly in the military. And there's things like gay sailors have their civil partnership ceremonies on board Navy ships and things like that, and the Navy has always been like the most accepting out of the three forces. And there was some sort of movement, past political movement, which was like not just kind of accepting it, but sort of like in favour of it, like kind of positive tolerance. And I remember reading that one brigadier had resigned over this particular case, but it wasn't major and it wasn't much commented upon, so it passed mostly without incident. And I don't know whether that shows Britain to be a massively more tolerant place. Maybe it is. As for gender variant people, I can see it being difficult for a gender variant person for a trans person, especially someone who is living as other than their assigned gender, I can see that presenting a lot of practical difficulties, like you don't have the time to kind of prepare yourself and kind of compose yourself if that is how you kind of pass, if that is kind of an important part of your gender presentation, is that you pass as something other than your assigned gender, and for a lot of people that takes a lot of work. And if that is important to you, then it could be difficult living in a kind of confined space with people. Even if you're out to those people, you're not just going to be you're still going to want to sort of look the way you want to look. Whether that means binding or packing or wearing makeup and breast forms and that sort of thing. But again, it's difficult for me to kind of put myself in that situation, because I just couldn't imagine it being my job to go to war and kill people. I know that's not the only thing that soldiers do, and that it's not the purpose of wars is supposedly to sort of like make places, of some wars is to make places freer and help people to have more rights. But what it comes down to is that when you're a soldier, you're trained to kill people, and you're trained not to think about it. You're trained just to do things that people tell you. And I don't think that's compatible with the kind of person that I'd want to be. So I think I fail in trying to imagine myself in that sort of situation. For that I can only apologise. So yes, I think that's all I really have to say on the subject. Don't mean to bring everybody down on Christmas or Boxing Day if you're watching this the day after, or subsequent days. So yes, Merry Christmas one and all, and yeah, it'll be the new year when I see you, so yeah, I'll see you again in 2011.